Alright guys, today we're going to talk about ratios. So ratio is a comparison of quantity or the amount, so the quantity of something or the amount of two items together. So a ratio is a comparison of quantity of two items. So if I come down here to find the ratio, you have to count the amount of an item. So my first item is stars. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. Then I go to circles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles. So then overall together I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items in total. So these numbers are important for us for when we're trying to find our ratios. When we're comparing ratios, they can be compared in three ways. So our first way to compare ratios is part to part. So that means comparing both items to each other. So you're comparing your two items or three items. Usually it's only two. So I'm comparing my two items to each other. So I'm comparing stars to circles. So if we go over here, I have 4 stars, and then you do your colon. That is your button right next to the L. And then the amount of circles we have was 6. So then 6. So my ratio of stars to circles is 4 to 6. So I have 4 stars to every 6 circles. Our next way to compare ratios is part to whole. So you're comparing one item to the total amount. One item to the total amount. So here, we're going to compare stars to total. So we go up here, we have 4 stars. Again, I need my colon, shift button next to L, and then in total I have 10. So my ratio of stars to total is 4 to 10, or 4 stars per 10. Then we compare whole to part. That's just the same as part to whole, just switch. So you have the total amount to one item. So once again, I'm comparing my total to stars. This means I go 10 to 4. So for every 10 objects I have, I'll have 4 stars. For every 10 objects, I'll have 4 stars. Now you do have to remember, I'm just going to put a little note out here in blue, the order of which you write your ratio matters. So when we're talking about ratio, the order in which you write it will matter. Because as you can see here, if we're talking about stars to total, we're talking about our ratio is 4 to 10. But if you're talking about the total to the stars, it's 10 to 4. We have two different ratios. And then we can also, if possible, reduce the ratio. We do this just like fractions. So the first one is stars to circles. We take the 4, we plug it into our calculator, divide it by 6, and we get 2/3. We'll say a fraction of 2/3. You write it as 2